At the top tonight, tomorrow is your last chance to cast your ballot early ahead of Election Day, which is Tuesday, November 2nd. On the table, everything from constitutional propositions to city council races in Robstown and Port Aransas. However, our Bill Churchwell explains why the outcome of this election could be in the hands of just a small number of voters. It is our top story tonight.
You might recall it was last November, Nueces County saw a record-breaking turnout during early voting, with over 50% of voters casting their ballots. Of course, that was driven by the presidential election and several big local races. This November, a much different story.
Around 207,000.
That's how many people in Nueces County are eligible to vote right now. However, the number of folks who have shown up so far for early voting,
A little over 1%.
only about 2,600 voters in Nueces County who have cast their ballot. That's it. To give you an idea of just how slow it's been, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center is typically one of the busier spots around town for early voting. This time around, well, they've seen about 500 people since the start. County Clerk Kara Sands says our numbers mirror the rest of the state when it comes to voter turnout, and that traditionally a constitutional election does not draw as many people out of their homes.
The constitutional amendment election is we are amending our Constitution. You're right, there's a very low number that are going to decide that.
So what is on the ballot? You'll see 8 constitutional amendment options that cover a wide range of topics, including tax limitations, religious freedom, and county development, as well as changing eligibility requirements for certain judicial offices and designating an essential caregiver for people in nursing facilities. In addition, there are city council races in Robstown and Port Aransas. Over in San Patricio County, voters there will be looking at authorizing a hospital district. And voters in Flower Bluff, they're being asked to vote yes or no to Prop A on this year's ballot. Prop A is asking for a property tax increase to help fund Nueces County Emergency Services District number 2. Meanwhile, Sands says there's still a chance for our election turnout numbers to go up.
What's interesting is last constitutional election, it was low all through early voting, and then it just jumped on Election Day.
On Election Day, there will be 52 voting centers where you can make your vote count. For a full list, visit our website at KIITV.com. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that.